Okay.
But you were born where? Summit Point?
Yeah. And then we
You lived in Bolivar for a while.
And then we moved to Ripon later.
Mm-hmm. Where were you born when you were? Where was your family living when you were born, though?
In Summit Point.
In Summit Point. Okay. Were you born at home or were you born in a hospital?
At home.
At home. Okay.
We were. Back then everybody was born at home.
Was there
us older ones.
Mm-hmm. Was there a midwife that stayed in Summit Point, or you just family members?
My mother's mother.
Your grandmother.
My grandmother.
Really?
And you're the oldest of 7.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What was your grandma's name?
Well, her name had always went by Molly Rector.
Molly. Okay.
That's what everybody knew her name.
And she was there when you were born?
Yeah.
She's the one that helped. Okay.
As far as I know.
As far as you know. You were just a baby. I didn't know. So what do you...
Only from what I've been told.
Yeah. And then you were in Summit Point for just a couple of years, but your family moved on?
In there, and then after Summit Point, we moved to Ripon. The family moved to Ripon.
Okay.
And that's when I got a little older.
Okay. Yeah. What was Ripon like? That was just a crossroads, right? When you were growing up?
No, Ripon was like if you go into Winchester the back way, it's right there, coming up that road. And then over there was the store. Mm-hmm. And, everybody went to the store, and we lived in the house that's right at the end of the house. It was a little lane that come down, and it was a big house with 4 bedrooms and, those old houses back then.
Oh, 4-square house, right? Mm-hmm. Was it 1 story or 2 stories?
2 stories.
2 stories. Okay. That's cool. I'm going to turn my phone off, make sure it doesn't beep.
And I'm officially as country as a sugar sandwich because my daddy's from Bakerton on the 10 route.
Oh, okay.
You don't get any more country than Ripon, Roots, and Bakerton.
Bakerton, that's right.
Bakerton, yeah.
So that store...
Pardon?
The store there, that was just a general store, right?
It was a general store right there in the corner.
Yeah.
But it's gone now, and they've got something that's torn down. The last time we were going to Winchester.
I think the building's still there. It's just been so many other things.
Yeah, it's been... It actually was just redone. Mm-hmm. Because across the street, where the old... What was that? The post office across the street, right?
Yeah, the post office.
That's where they're...
well, it was further down.
Yeah, the Morgans are putting a brewery or something in there.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, Ripon Brewery.
Oh, wow.
Because they took it down to the stone, and they're building it up. It's really pretty.
Wow.
But it's crazy. You got to go look at
That
it.
is
Go drive
nuts.
past it.
We'll have to ride past it.
Ride past it.
Because it was like a craft store in there. I can't remember the name of it.
But that one on the corner where the store was, that's all been redone. And then the house, just this side of it, has all been redone really nicely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, take a look out there.
Bringing Ripon up a little bit.
But they're redoing that 340 all out there.
Yeah.
So it's messing things up. It's going to be Ripon Island because the highway's going to go on the east side of it.
Yeah, because we noticed all those things where they got it marked out where they're going.
That's going to be interesting, though, really. And I mean, that area, that little niche area, and even further down where like John's restaurant and all that was, it's sad to see that go, but that expansion is tremendous.
That's crazy. Yeah, John's is gone.
Yeah.
Rainbow's gone. Yeah.
That's tremendous. And I feel bad for the people in that subdivision right there. You built this wonderful house thinking, I'm in this quiet,
that's right,
wonderful area, and there comes a highway literally in their backyard.
Right there.
I mean, right there.
Yeah.
And you can't sell.
No.
Because no one wants
Nobody wants
that.
it. And they planted some trees as a sound break.
That's not
But it's only
work.
like 20 yards from your house.
Yeah, but
so.
20 yards, and then you think about the hazards of that. Somebody's accident, they're
absolutely,
right there.
right there.
People, random strangers. Oh, I broke down or whatever.
Yeah.
But I know that was, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Because that was not the thought.
No. Yeah, Ripon's going to change a lot once they get that road through there. So how long were you in Ripon? Do you remember?
Dad was in Vietnam.
Yeah, he was in Vietnam until he got out.
No, that's what I'm saying. You were in Ripon.
Yeah, I have you know, getting older
Okay.
to be
So
sitting
you
around
were in Ripon probably from
till Petey was
7 or 8 till Petey was
till
born.
he was 3.
Yeah. So
We moved from there, so that was by
68. You were in Ripon till
68.
68.
Mm.
or something.
Because I remember Ripon, but you lived there when my dad was in Vietnam. She lived there with her parents.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, you used to have to walk up to the post office to deliver his packages and things like that.
Sending him packages over there.
Oh, okay.
So
That area there, though, Ripon, was that... Because I'm not from here. I've only been here about like 10 years. So Ripon was what in those years? Was that black families around Ripon?
Yes.
It was all... Okay.
not all.
Well,
that.
not all
Not
of
all.
it.
It was
It was a
mixed.
mixture.
Yeah,
here
it was a
and there.
mix, right?
Like we lived here, and then a couple other black families lived, you know, on over down the road.
Do you remember who owned the store? Was
Pardon?
it the store?
Who
was
owned
it a yeah? Was it a white family or black?
Yeah, it was a
family?
white family.
Okay.
But very nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so they didn't worry. They didn't mind anybody, whoever wanted to come into the store, came into the store,
No,
right?
we never saw any of that
Yeah.
ourselves.
So it
you
wasn't
know.
like Charlestown was at that time.
Yeah, and it was like a little country store, you know,
Yeah.
it had all the stuff there.
Okay.
You know, you just come in and you know, everybody spoke and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so we never had any problem, you know, with that at all.
Yeah, it seems like it was. If it's a farm-based community
Yeah.
where everybody's working, that seems to
Absolutely.
be sort of the key when people are getting along, I guess. Yeah. So were there other kids out there too? I mean, you had
Yes.
your family, you had brothers and sisters, right?
There were other, you talking about from other families?
Yeah, from other
Oh,
families.
yeah.
Okay.
Like the Taylors, and because they live right around the corner, you know, from on the side where the store was, right over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's Big Journey now's the last name?
Malcolm, is it? Yeah.
They live down the street on the same side where we were. But, you know, it's country roads,
Uh-huh.
and some little parts of it had sidewalks that you could walk on,
Mm-hmm.
but not that much, just a little. And then you're off walking on the road.
Mm-hmm. So what did you do as a kid with all the other kids? Were you just hanging out, just and taking care of your
Well,
siblings,
actually,
or
when we came home, we were just home. We didn't hang out on the street or anything
Right.
up there. Everybody just went in. Well, we would see some of the guys or something be hanging around, but the girls and stuff, you know,
Mhm.
you were at home because we had chores we had to do.
yeah, chores?
Help my
Yeah.
mother with baking and with the younger kids too.
Mm-hmm. Was your grandmother still out there? Was she living with you? Your grandma?
No,
No.
she lived in Charlestown,
Oh.
but
So-
she was still alive.
Yeah. So she had to come out to the country to see you guys.
But mostly we went
Went in town. Yeah.
and to see her.
Where did she live in Charlestown?
She lived in Charlestown on, what was it, Southwest Street. Because
Southwest
you go
Street.
around that corner, you go right down, and there's the run, you know, where
Mhm. Where
the
Everett's
run
Run
goes
is.
through
Yeah.
there. And she lived at the end of that hill.
All right. So what
And
was
on
that?
the other side, you could go up and go on the other side.
Mm-hmm. What neighborhood was that? Was that Potato Hill?
Mm-mm.
No.
Not before
that was
Potato
up the
Hill.
other too
That's
far.
up on across the street
Yeah,
and
up.
on up.
Okay. Did they have a name for that neighborhood where your grandma lived?
No,
Yeah, there wasn't anything
It was
over there,
just
right? Just where your grandmother lived.
Charlestown.
Just Charlestown.
and the house that my grandmother lived in, the one house over there, and then my mother's sister lived in the house right across them. Because it used to be the people that worked there. Let's see, where did they work at? Because he worked at Bonner's Junkyard.
Bonner's Junkyard. Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
then some of those, you know, it was just those two houses left there from
Okay.
way back a long time ago.
Yeah.
But we didn't live there. We only went to visit my grandmother. She lived
Mhm.
down there.
What school were you going to when you were a kid?
Eagle Avenue,
Eagle Avenue.
and then Page Jackson.
Okay. So the bus came and got you out in Ripon?
Pardon?
The bus, you rode the bus in?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the only way we could get.
It's the only way you get there, right?
the buses went all out around to pick up all
Wow.
the country kids
Country
and
kids.
bring us in town.
That must have been a long ride, unless you were toward the end of the run.
It wasn't, I guess maybe about half an hour for me, because they had already picked up, and our family, my brothers and sisters, we'd be standing at the end of our lane, and then they pick us probably about the last ones before we got into town.
Yeah. So what was Eagle Avenue School like for you? Was it a good school for you?
Oh yes, it was very good. And principal was Mrs. Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
She was stern. Like, okay, if anybody's acting up, and then they would go, Miss Patrick, and everybody would straighten up and behave themselves, because she didn't play. She was a very good principal, but when she walked in, it's like everybody stopped doing whatever. Because before, when we come into the school in the morning, we all had to go to it's like a little gym-like area and everything, and then Miss Patrick, then she let you go, and you go into your regular rooms, but.
What grades did you go to at Eagle Avenue, from the very beginning to?
From like
six?
first grade, because we didn't have in kindergarten.
Right.
You start right off in first grade.
Mm-hmm.
First to sixth.
Yeah.
And that had been first grade to the seventh.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when we got off the bus there, like we usually did, and went in, and Miss Patrick said, no, seventh grade is at Page Jackson. It's like, oh, Page Jackson. We knew where all of us that were in that little group,
Mm-hmm.
there was like 6 or 7 of us, and we just all walked down to Page Jackson.
Wow.
And it's like, we come in and everybody's in the auditorium, and it's like, whoa. It was a big step, because we weren't expecting to be there yet. And so we went in, and like, okay, we looked all around, and we found seats and everything, sat down, just off on the side where they have all the benches and everything. And then they let you know who your teacher was going to be and everything like that. And then Mr. Taylor, Jim Taylor, he was our teacher. He was a little shy, and so were we, because we were his first class.
Really?
It was his first time teaching down there. And it was our first time being there, so we were both like, And then they call your name, and you go up there, and then he took us to the room where we were supposed to be our classroom. And it's like, oh. And we were just like scared to death, because we weren't expecting to be at high school where all the grown-up kids, we call them. It was like, and we were just little 7th graders.
Mm-hmm. So what was that? So you didn't realize that was going to be your first day of high school, right?
No,
when you
we
went to
didn't
school
realize
that year, right? And then they said, well, so what, after that, did the bus take you over to Page Jackson after that, or did you have to walk down? Okay.
Because the same bus that let off the
Eagle
kids
Avenue.
at Page Jackson, they had already let them off, and then we got off at the Eagle Avenue, not knowing that we needed to stay on the bus and get off at the high school.
Wow.
That's why we had to walk down that way.
Yeah. How many kids were in your class that first year, do you remember?
Let's see. I guess it was probably about 15 or 16.
Yeah. And that would have been 61, more or less? 1961,
yeah,
I guess?
something like that.
Yeah, in there.
I'm not sure the exact dates.
Yeah. And by that time, some students had been started to transition over to the Charlestown High, I guess.
I think that
Or is that a
started
little
like
early?
a couple years later.
Okay.
When they finally let them go over there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's sort of one of the things that has come up